Hello everyone. GMGM. Welcome back to AMA in WeGG. How is everyone doing? I would love to see everyone in the comment section. Please type in GMGM, guys. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute since I seen everyone. Exciting. Oh well, let me know where you guys are from because I know we come from different parts of Southeast Asia and also, well, honestly, all over the world. So let me know where you guys are from. Yeah, hello everyone. For those who haven't seen me yet, which I'm sure you have seen me because I've conducted AMAs like a lot in WeGG, right? I hope you guys are not bored of me. My name is Vinska. I am from WeGG. I am the project manager here. And today I have the honor to talk about one of the projects that we are currently doing, which is Bounty Temple. So exciting. And today I get the chance to meet our special guest, Jono, for the first time ever. Great guy. Right off the bat, we had a very fun conversation. So I would love to invite him very soon so that you guys can hear from him as well. But if you guys haven't checked out Bounty Temple, please do check out their Twitter. They do have fun tweets there, announcement every day. So make sure that you check out their Twitter, follow them, retweet them. Every post is always an excitement, right? All right, now that everyone is here, GM, hello. I think we can start, right? So welcome to Ask Me Anything session today with WeGG and also Bounty Temple. And I am thrilled to introduce our special guest, Jono, the growth lead of Bounty Temple. Woo! Hey, Jono.
Thank you very
Welcome.
much for the kind intro. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm excellent, thank you. Excellent. Really looking forward to chatting with you about what we're building.
Oh yeah, definitely. So today we'll be diving into the exciting topic of future of Web3 gaming and its impact on the traditional gaming industry. So Bounty Temple is at the forefront of this revolution, combining gaming and decentralized finance. So Jono, thank you so much again for joining us today. And we're so excited to learn more about your insights and the groundbreaking developments here in Bounty Temple. And before we begin, could you please give us a little bit of introduction about yourself and your role at Bounty Temple?
Absolutely, that's a great place to start. So thank you for the kind intro once again. It's great to be chatting with you. I guess a little bit of a background into my role within Bounty Temple. So as you've mentioned, I'm the growth lead. So what that really means as an umbrella is that I am the face of all of this content we're creating, these AMAs, the various social content, other bits and pieces. I'll be at the forefront of the messaging that we are sharing for the project and other games that we have planned for the future as well. Look, I've been in the industry myself as a speculator. People say investors, but I prefer to say speculator since early 2017. So I've been in the trenches. I've seen the rises and the falls. I've held my bag the whole time. But in terms of being more involved in a Web3 project, this is the first one that I've really been intrinsically involved in outside of just my own interest in crypto. So it's a great train to be on board with. I've got some long-standing relationships with some of our management team that go back to my other life in motor racing. So that's sort of how I was originally brought in, was through some old contacts there. And we're a couple of years into this now. We've obviously weathered the storm of the recent bear market, but we are rolling out some of our key milestones now as everybody's getting fizzed about the blockchain space again. So to give you a quick rundown on the project itself, Bounty Temple is the game we're going to be talking about today. But what we'll be talking about a lot today is the model that's powering Bounty Temple. So Bounty Temple itself, obviously, it's our baby. It's our first game. Indiana Jono is the main character, which is framed around myself, which if some of you have seen some of our games and stuff, you'll see that. People say it looks a lot like me. Hey, I'll leave it to them. But it certainly gives me a little bit of pride as well, a bit of extra pride to have that element to it. So what we've done with Bounty Temple is we've created a new gameplay model. It's called Play to Earn Evolution, or P2E for short. Play to Earn games, something that a lot of your listeners will be familiar with. I'm sure a lot of them actively or have played in the past. But we've also seen the inherent weaknesses in the existing model. So our very talented team in the background have spent the last couple of years building out P2E and how this can address various problems. In terms of creating a better environment for gameplay, one of the key factors to P2E is that it's bear-proof. So the irony of that is that the weaker the market becomes, the stronger our project specifically becomes. We've got some really powerful algorithms built in which control the minting rate of our utility token. And we've also got other algos in place which I guess encourage new player growth, and people who come late to the game won't feel like they've missed the boat. We've sort of got an equal or equalized reward split there for new players. So we really want to nurture not only new players, but those who have been loyal to us from the start as well. So the game itself, Bounty Temple, if any of you have heard of Coin Master, it's very much along those lines. Coin Master is a Web 2 mobile game, a freemium game. Yeah. It's a game that I wasted a lot of my own money on before becoming a part of Bounty Temple. Actually, I was living in Thailand at the time, and I didn't have a lot to do, to be fair, between my sporting events. And I was just racking up charges on Bounty Temple on my credit card. So we've built a very similar, what we call a hyper-casual game. So a game that anybody of any age and any gaming proficiency can play. Very low skill floor, so it could be our grandma or our children or anybody of any background can enjoy the game and not feel like it's too difficult. And by the hyper casual term as well, we have worked really hard to create a game where in just 15 minutes a day you can be earning from this play to earn evolution model. We don't want it to feel like work. We don't want people to lose the fun element, but we also don't want them to get home from a long day at their real job and feel like to earn their secondary income with P2EE or play to earn gaming, that they're going to then have to put in another hard shift of work. So many of these things have kind of gone into the ethos behind the project. The objective of the game, which we can talk about a little bit more, I'm sure, is to earn gold, attack other players' villages or raid their loot, build up your own village, and as you do so, more villages are unlocked. And as you sorry, I just dropped my microphone there. As you rise up, more villages will accrue more rewards as you grow. So there's obviously a personal growth element there, but there's also a competitive element there as well against other players, but also if you're part of a guild, against other guilds as well. We've got great guild war features built in. So that's a very long-winded intro to the project. As I mentioned, Bounty Temple is the first game that we're developing, but we do have 100 games planned in the future, all built on the same model. We are launching our alpha in Q2 of this year, so that's very close to being a reality, having a closed version of the game where our whitelist and our community can actually test it out and give us their feedback. So that's really exciting. We've got 300 KOLs on board with us as well. More than 17 launch pads so far, so we've been working really hard in the background to build these foundations, and 7 exchanges and counting as well since our TGE 5 weeks ago. So very exciting, very loyal and engaged community as well across our various socials. So we'll do a couple of shills throughout the AMA, but certainly if you're interested in learning more about the project, apart from our X and our various other socials, jump on our Telegram and our Discord, join our whitelist, because that's where you'll be getting the incentives to be first to to experience the game and the rewards that come with it.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, I think I can hear myself. Whoa. All right. I think it's from your side, Jono. I can hear myself, but it's okay. Exciting. I love to hear that it's I cannot hear myself now. It's good. I love hearing the hyper casual games, because especially hyper casual games in Web3, it's the best because everyone can join, like you mentioned before. And also glad to know that it's going to be in Q2 of 2024. So it's very soon, guys. get excited, stay tuned to whatever that Bounty Temple is going to give out, because it's going to be awesome. So make sure that you join their Discord, because that is where you get to know the community as well. And it's going to be more exciting when the game is out, right? And of course, whilst we wait for the game, they have very exciting announcement every day again. So make sure you don't miss out. Anyways, Jodo, I want to ask you, can you please let us know why Bounty Temple is so different compared to other P2E or play to earn, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. So as I mentioned, Bounty Temple is the game, but P2E or play to earn evolution underneath it, the model that powers it, is where our point of difference lies. So as I've mentioned, we've been able to sit back. We've watched the rise and the fall of Axie Infinity, of Peg Axie. Obviously, at the start, there was a gold rush for these games, and they were very engaging, very compelling, along that hyper casual model that we have looked to emulate as well. But inherently, the model was flawed. It was tied to the market, and so obviously the hard-earned tokens and assets that people were earning in these games were devalued over time, and that led to a lot of player dropout and people feeling like it wasn't worth their time anymore. So we've got a whole list of existing P2E problems, from complex gameplay to unrealistic demands on your time, like I've just mentioned, unequal rewards for latecomers compared to early birds, various other things as well. But the four key issues that we look to solve with Bounty Temple or with Play to Earn Evolution is, firstly, unsustainable tokenomics. Secondly, the project-bound assets, assets that are only of value within that game itself. Complicated gameplay, as I just mentioned, an underdeveloped player ecosystem. And finally, just the toxic culture in general of this NFT and GameFi space. There's a lot of gatekeeping going on out there. That's obviously that's a harder one to solve, but by covering the other main four, we feel like we are also addressing that final one as well. So to quickly cover off how our model addresses these issues. Firstly, the pillars of our model are split into three key categories. The first is gameplay that anyone and everyone can enjoy. So at the start of the chat, when I was introducing myself, we talked about the hyper casual element, the low skill floor, that in 15 minutes a day you can earn from the game and anybody can enjoy it. So that's a really important factor for us. Also, by making the gameplay mechanics very simple, it also means that we can roll out updates quickly and on demand, or close to it, to keep up with what the community wants, but also to keep the game fun and engaging and keep people coming back. It's also newbie friendly. So as I mentioned as well at the top of the chat, we want to ensure that the rewards for newcomers are equal to those who were early to the game. So one of the proprietary algorithms built into Bounty Temple is called the barrier effect. And what this does is, when a newly playable NFT is crafted, which is in the form of a slot machine, like you'd see, or a candy machine that you'd see at a casino or on a mobile game.
Right.
When one of these is crafted, all newly crafted playable BTNs or NFTs are insulated from depreciatory effects for 75 days. So you can turn up 2 years from now, or you could turn up today and have the same earning potential through the door as anybody else. You won't have missed the boat. So that's a very important element as well, to keep new players coming in once all of the hype might have died down from the launch of a new game. One other element there as well that's important in terms of this key pillar is balancing or keeping a balanced gameplay mechanic. So as developers, we won't be nerfing or buffing our NFTs to balance things depending on where the market's at. So the owners of our BTMs, so if I'll refer to those a bit, that's the playable NFT, the slot machine, but also people who are holding our token are encouraged to do so for the long term rather than selling them the moment they see a spike in the market. The second pillar to the model is long-term sustainability. So there's three key elements to that, but the real power behind that is our stable utility token. So our utility token is called GIA, and this acts very similar to a stable coin. So we have an algo built into P2EE, which is called the weather effect. And what this does is it controls the minting rate of GIA in real time. There's no human element there. So if the burn rate's low, fewer GIA is minted and vice versa. So that ensures, obviously, that there won't be any oversupply at any given point in time, which is obviously very important. It's a simple solution to what is a very common GameFi problem at the moment. We've also got a vast roster of token burning activities as well, obviously, which will incentivize people to hold, but also to control the circulating supply. So within the game, there's activities including crafting, forging, mini games, upgrading items, events. We've got an e-shop as well where people can buy assets or items. So we've tried to build ample token utility in there for people who are interacting with the game, playing the game, and purchasing items with that token. We've got similar holding and burning incentives for the BTM, for the playable NFTs. So again, we want people to hold these for the long term because they have real utility, rather than seeing them as something that they want to quickly sell. So we try and obviously make sure that for both the utility token and the playable NFTs, that this is in place for sustainability and to keep people from thinking of them more as something to get rid of, and actually something that's going to earn you income over time.
Yeah.
Finally there, sorry, I know I chat a lot. We've got so many exciting things within the model here.
Definitely.
So the third pillar is a centralized scholar system. So we've got a built-in rental system for, again, the BTMs, the playable NFTs. So an owner or a manager can easily list this for rent. They can set their own reward sharing split from 1 to 99% that's shared depending on what they want with the scholar or the renter, the player. Payouts are done automatically via escrow, and the owner of the playable NFT can recall them at any point in time for any reason, so that both the scholar or the player and the manager or the owner have total peace of mind at any given time about how they're being treated and how things are playing out. We've also got a scholar scoring system, which works in a similar way to, I guess, your Amazon or your eBay buyer and seller ratings. Now, the higher you are ranked, in our case, out of 5 stars, the more likely somebody is going to want to interact with you commercially, in terms of buying or selling or renting from you. So before you even play the game, you've got to undergo a KYC or a know your customer to verify your identity. And then in terms of your reputation, we've got a machine learning model built in, which will rank you out of 5 stars based on your performance. And obviously, the higher ranking you are, the more minting opportunities there are for you, but also the more rental opportunities there are for you on the marketplace. If you've got a 1 or a 2-star rank, people are far less likely to rent you their playable NFT because neither of you will be earning what it's worth. So that's a great aspect as well. That flows into our House of Pluto, which if you are a high ranking or a motivated scholar, you can be promoted to an uprising manager. And from that point in time, have people under you who you control and you earn off as well. So there's kind of that cascading effect. So if you are motivated beyond just playing and renting for free and earning a portion of the owner's rewards sharing split, then you do have a clear path of progression there with our House of Pluto to actually rise up and have people under you yourself. So those are the 3 key pillars. I know there's a heck of a lot to digest there, but I'm sure I've answered most of that question.
Yeah. Awesome. Wow. So many exciting things that we should look forward to, guys, for the new game from Bounty Temple. Like, I am so excited. I will definitely keep a lookout on when this game is going to arrive because I cannot wait. But speaking of what is ongoing right now in Bounty Temple, like, I've seen all of your tweets on a daily basis. I think like you do have ongoing and upcoming campaigns or big events for your project. wink wink about staking. I've seen like an announcement on staking. So please do share more about that. I would love to hear more about that. And by the way, for the community, guys, if you have any questions, please put it in the comment section and we will definitely pass it to Bounty Temple team and they will happily reply to your questions. But yes, please, Jono, help us to understand more about the staking system.
Yes, so in terms of what's happening lately, that's something that we're really excited about. It's a multi-faceted or a multi-featured staking system. So again, we want to incentivize people to hold these tokens. In this case, it's TYT, which is our governance token. So in terms of staking TYT, the higher the market price of TYT, the higher the API for APY for stakers. So first off the bat, the more people get involved in this, and obviously the more people hold and the stronger that the token is market-wise, the more APY they're getting for staking. Excellent. Further to that, if you stake, you're going to unlock rare item drops within the game. So there's a gameplay benefit to that as well. Further to that, we've also got team staking. So guilds can actually combine and stake together as a collective and earn APY bonuses from that as well, and extra in-game treasure chests as well, again, for their guild. So a great collaborative element there for guilds as well. And you can also stake our K runes, which is our Kraken Founders runes, our NFT packs that unlock the playable BTMs. They can also be staked as well. So that's all happening as we speak. You can stake your TYT right now and earn the rewards from it. And following that, very soon, we've got our referral staking launching, but also our NFT shards as well. So these two things are coming very, very soon. So again, jump on our socials, our various communities to learn more about them. We're trying to do things that aren't the norm. You can see by our staking system alone, like we've really built out features there to make it appealing to people depending on all walks of their blockchain interests. So that's really cool. Our NFT store and our K runes, which again is something you'll hear a little bit more of throughout the chat, they're going to be out in the third week of April. So what's that, 2 weeks away? And our marketplace is going to be deploying in May, along with the closed alpha of the game. So some really key milestones coming up in the following weeks. So for sure, you got to be in it to win it. So join us. And we
Bounty
can
Temple is on a roll, guys. Honestly, and speaking of guilds, we GG. Come on, let's show what we are best in, guys. So make sure that we are in Bounty Temple. Make sure that you guys are in it to win it, right? As Jonah already mentioned here. As you mentioned before about the NFT store and also the K-Rune NFT will be coming on the third week of April, right? Which is like really, really soon, like just around the corner. Could you please let us know more about like the K-Rune NFT, because we did a quest before for the K-Rune, and I think like people who already joined the quest, they would love to know more about the K-Rune, because I think like the last quest was about Whitelist, right? So so I think like our community would love to know more about that.
Absolutely. And this is again in terms of earning potential. These things are gold. This is the most powerful royalty reward or passive income system in Web3 that exists right now. We're really proud of this. So what the K runes are, and that stands for Kraken Founders runes, they're a limited collection of 21,000 NFTs. But as I mentioned earlier, these are NFTs that have real utility. They're not a JPEG. They're not something you're going to hawk off the moment the market dictates. There's something that have genuine, what we call trait reward earning potential, which I'll explain a little bit more. So 21,000 NFTs, it's sold in 10,000 bundles. We've also capped it so that any one specific wallet can't just come and whale and buy half of them all at once. It's a fair and even split for everybody. 4 different tiers available as well, depending on your budget and your appetite. So by purchasing a K-Rune, there's a few different factors that will benefit you. Firstly, is that enhances gameplay with special traits that boost in-game actions. So there's a gameplay enhancement there for the owner. Okay, that's just the start. The second is mystery box airdrops exclusive to K-Rune owners. So again, a nice little thing to have, but really the key thing that makes these worth owning is the additional earning capabilities via trait rewards. Okay, so what the trait rewards do, or what they are, is they are an ability for the owner of the BTM through crafting and then selling on the marketplace to earn a 1% passive income off that sale in perpetuity. So to give you a little bit more of an example about how that works, maybe we can talk about that a little bit more in detail a little bit further, but just in terms of the K-Rune prefacing as a whole, as I mentioned, we're sold in 4 bundle tiers, only 4 bundles per wallet. So again, we can't have people coming in and taking a whole lot of what's available. We want to make sure everybody's got a chance. In terms of the special traits of the K-Runes, these are traits that you can pre-select. It could be attacking, or it could be higher defense, or what have you. And through crafting, these are imprinted onto your BTM, which is the playable NFT that buying a K-Rune unlocks for you. So by imprinting the special traits onto the BTM, those, let's say it's a special attack trait, they're passed down. And so the person who rents that will have these boosted actions while they're playing the game as well. And as I mentioned, through the crafting, once this happens, the owner of the K-Rune earns a 1% trait reward from each BTM that inherits the special trait. So in theory, well, not in theory, it's true, these effects and these earning potentials can cascade down indefinitely. Technically, the earning potential in terms of these 1% trait rewards is unlimited. So by owning one, I like to say it's like having the golden ticket for Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. It's one of a very select number that are available. And if you have one and you use it properly, then you have the ability to earn money for literally doing nothing, sitting on the couch behind me watching TV, which for a lot of people is the dream. So we've tried to make that a reality. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's interesting, guys. So make sure that you are in tune with everything that Bounty Temple is about to release. So make sure, again, guys, I will not be bored to remind everyone again to join their Discord so that you will know these updates on a daily basis. And we do have community there with Bounty Temple communities so that you guys can chat. And if you have any questions, that we have a lot of helpful and lovely people in Bounty Temple who would love to help you as well. And I think, like Jono, you mentioned a little bit about how traits rewards work. But can you please evolve more on that? And also, could you let us know more about how players can earn in Bounty Temple? Because I've seen here, I've got a little bit of notes that there are like 3 cycles and also interconnected dynamics. Could you tell us more about that? I'm excited.
It's absolutely. So further to your question about how the trait rewards work, I will explain it here, but as I always urge or implore listeners and viewers to do, back this up by checking out our white paper and our website, because there's some really excellent visual diagrams that break this down in a way that we spoke before for the AMA. If we can explain this to our grandma or a child or, God forbid, my boomer father, if I can explain it to him that he understands, then we're doing our job. So definitely
it's
back
foolproof.
that up. Yes, yeah. But to your question, so obviously the NFT landscape's evolving. It's really it's had a bit of a rough run. Let's be fair. It started, there was a bunch of hype, but people were, I guess, not treating them in the way that perhaps showed their full potential. Now, at the time, yes, there was a lot of digital art, and people were shilling, and it was hype. And this has happened in plenty of things in this blockchain space in the past. But we have tried to shift the paradigm from being more than just a store of value or something that you own, a proof of ownership, to something that has intrinsic value. And of course, if it's got earning potential and utility, then we're ticking that box. It's something that people will be incentivized to hold rather than to trade. So what we've done is we've intertwined trait rewards with this ethos of NFT ownership. So if we were to look at an example, as the community, the Bounty Temple community, as they actively engage in crafting these playable NFTs, the BTMs, which again is our slot machine mechanic that every action in the game stems from, as people craft in these, for every BTM that's traded on the marketplace, so from an owner to a player, a scholar, whatever it may be, 1% of the selling price goes back to that DNA owner, so the person who's crafted it in the first place, the K-Rune holder. 1% of that sale goes back to them, okay? And it can do this infinitely. It can, every time it's crafted and it's sold and what have you, 1% will go back to the DNA owner. So if we were to think about that with, say, 100,000 units of these playable NFTs, 100,000 playable NFTs with my DNA, okay, let's say I'm the K-Rune owner, and each of them is traded just once, okay? So if you had a 1% reward of, say, $5 per NFT, then the cumulative passive income earnings of that dynamic alone is $500,000 for sitting back and doing nothing. So that's based on, again, an example of 100,000 units. But as I've said to you, that number can be indefinite. There is no maximum. It's truly, empowering for people who own that. So that's, again, very conservative estimates, as I've said. But it shows you what owning one of these K-Runes, owning a piece of that very exclusive pie can do for you in this play to earn evolution ecosystem. So very exciting. You then asked to know a little bit more about how to earn within the game. So yes, there are multiple cycles.
Yes.
I'll again try and, I guess, not dumb it down, that's the wrong term, but simplify it as much as possible. So depending on your appetite for play, there are multiple different ways to get involved. If you want to get involved and not put any money down, there's an option for you. If you want to put some money down, become a K-Rune owner or purchase a BTM or whatever it may be, there's an avenue for you. And then if you're a part of a guild, part of a gaming collaborative, there's an avenue for you too. So we really want to try and make sure that everybody is welcome. Everybody has an opportunity to get their fix of gaming from this model we've created. So the first cycle is what we call, and these are just titles, what we call multiplayer and friends. So how this works is you as a player, you acquire or get a BTM, the playable slot machine, playable NFT, through either rental or crafting, okay? By having one of these BTMs, you have the ability to earn GIA, which is our utility token that we've talked about. You need GIA within the game to craft items, to enhance items, or if you're a guild, to boost your guild rank. So it's essential, okay? So without a BTM, you can't earn GIA. Without GIA, you can't really do anything in the game. So these are logical steps to actually play the game. During these actions, players contribute to what's called their culture points, okay? This is a ranking system, a little bit similar to our scholar scoring system as well, where you are encouraged to have a high standing within the community, because if you do so, you'll be able to participate in more things within the game. There's going to be higher minting rates for you to rent things. So again, you're incentivized to perform well. It is true that most users, particularly those who might have been burnt in GameFi 1.0, they insist on some certainty to remain committed and coming back to play these games daily. So we've tried to make sure that these features in this cycle encourage them to do so because of the fair reward split, the low time constraint, various other things we talked about at the top of the chat. Just further to that quickly as well, we are going to be releasing a Web 2 version of the Bounty Temple game for mobile, Apple, iOS store, Google
iOS
Play
and
store,
app, yeah.
so that
Nice.
users can experience the game as like a Coin Master style, no money down, and if they like it, try and encourage new player growth in the Web3 space. And obviously most people, well, there'll be a mixture of both, but most people who download that on the Web2 stores very likely will have no crypto or blockchain experience or knowledge. So we really want to try and bridge that gap for them as well and encourage them across so that we can all grow together. So that's really cool. The second cycle is what we call 100 players in one server. So players, as I mentioned, will earn GIA, the utility token, through active gameplay. Through this active gameplay, they can then purchase in-game items or upgrades or whatever it may be. We then have daily tournaments. Okay, so again, encouraging people to come back every day. That will have the opportunity for people to win extra rewards, NFT shards, various other bits and pieces. 40% of that total daily spending from the community is converted into a prize pool, okay, which then everybody will have the opportunity to win prizes from. So these daily tournaments are a very important element to the ecosystem as well. These rewards you can use again or exchange, should I say, to forge, repair, merge, or even trade your NFT items on the marketplace. Now, this cycle obviously connects back to the first cycle as well, and again reinforces repetition and keeping players coming back by incentivizing them day to day and keeping things fun and easy and simple. The third cycle, and this is one that is obviously best fit with you guys, is in terms of our guild wars. So every week we'll have guild wars. Okay,
Let's go.
You'll be spinning the spot machine, and obviously there's various different symbols that will add up for various actions. But once a week there will be a guild war spin option. Okay, so when this opens up on a designated day, you can obviously participate in the guild wars and unlock equipment and consumables, crafting resources, rare collectibles, shards, tools, all sorts of things that will enhance your gameplay experience. So not only do they enhance gameplay, but they can also be sold on the marketplace. So for your players or your members of your guild, there is a new revenue stream available to them by playing Bounty Temple. Now, we have 3 types of guild wars: guild versus guild, very self-explanatory; country versus country, again, self-explanatory; and we've also got region versus region. Okay, so you're bigger than the country. It could be Southeast Asia, or it could be down my way, Australasia, or whatever it may be. You can have various different options at different scales to battle other guilds. To create scarcity, we have each server with 24 guilds can participate in each server, but each Guild War day, there's only 8 castles to raid and conquer. So again, there's a scarcity element there. There's a sort of race for the chase to get these castles, which creates a really competitive element to the Guild War option. And look, being brutally honest about it as well, for you guys as partner guilds, it gives you an opportunity to provide your loyal members with additional earning opportunities to earn money while playing. We're providing the blueprint for you to do that. Yeah.
Exciting times for Bounty Temple and also free guild games. So guys, make sure that once it is out, we are also out. We're going to thrive in the guild wars, guys. Get ready, because Bounty Temple is going to be where it's going to go down for giving guild games. Awesome. And also, I think we already touched base on this previously, but because Bounty Temple is from Oasis Studio, right? So I want to know, like, for Bounty Temple, it is built from the P2E evolution concept, right? Could you let us know more about why is it so much better compared to the traditional P2E model? Because we already have that so much of them, right? So could you elaborate more on that? Yeah.
So in terms of why it's better, we sort of covered that in terms of the inherent issues with P2E currently and the three pillars of our model and how they solve this. But I will expand on how Oasis fits into that whole thing. So Oasis think of us as like a Web3 Steam. We're an umbrella company or gaming studio that was creating Bounty Temple and many other titles following that, but all of them will use the same P2EE or play to earn evolution model. So it could be a racing car game, it could be Bounty Temple itself, it could be all manner of other genres or styles, but all of these fundamental benefits to the model, the tokenomics, the various revenue streams, the percentages of these revenue streams, everything we've talked about will translate to every other game we make. There's not going to be a higher or lower incentive. This model is going to be something that we translate across every game we plan to develop in the future. So, like I say, think of us as Web3 Steam. We created the P2E model. It's our IP. The model has a bear proof ability, as we talked about. It's not linked to the market, which gives players some, peace of mind, because their earnings are unaffected by market declines and the volatility of the crypto space. It's also rewarding for guilds, as we talked about. We've just covered that in the last question, so that's a really strong element to it as well. By elevating the gaming experience and opening up new earning potential for your players.
Right.
We are also going to venture into the B2B realm as well, so business to business. Now, what we mean by that is that, we're very proud of what we're creating here, GameFi 2.0, we like to call it, and our model is something that I'm sure, once it's proven, will be something that's very attractive to other game developers, whether they're currently in the Web3 space or whether they're big Web2 gaming studios that perhaps looked at GameFi 1.0 and then went back to what they know because it was too volatile. But we believe that if we can prove ourselves with this, and obviously, that's going to take time, but let's say we do, and I believe that we will, then we have the opportunity to license this out to other gaming development studios who can build their own games on our P2EE model. And actually, that creates a stronger market for TYT as well, because every game built on P2EE has the ability to cross-trade gaming items within the network. So let's say we had 10 different games a year from now, all built on P2EE, then items and tokens and assets that are earned within those games, you can trade with players from all those other 10 games on our market. So it obviously gives your hard-earned assets more value, more utility outside of just Bounty Temple or just whatever that game is. So they're not bound to one project. So that's something that over time, as we grow and as we scale and as we license P2E out to others, like, as you can imagine, the more players or the more games using this model, the more players using those games, the more market potential there is. So it's got some very exciting potential there as well. So that covers off most of Oasis. Like we're committed to dynamic gaming experiences for Web3. We know that your BG3 or your Gran Turismo or whatever the top titles are in various genres right now, Grand Theft Auto, whatever it may be, we're not quite there yet, and it's going to take some time with Web3. So we've stuck to this hyper casual, fun, low skill floor style for now because it's pragmatic. It covers the most bases with our potential player base, but also our potential Web 2 player base. And obviously, once we can prove those player retention features in the future, we'll still retain the same model, but we'll scale the quality and the depth of the worlds of the games that we're creating. But if we came in right now and tried to build the next League of Legends, then all of the focus around the model itself and actually trying to make sure that it's got earning potential for people and that it's stable would be secondary to actually creating a beautiful 4K quality experience. So that'll come later, but for now I think we're taking a pragmatic approach. We want to prove our model so that others can license it from us, and so that we can grow this GameFi space together, because we and I mean yourself as well, we know the potential of GameFi, but we need to prove it to those who have been burnt, and also to those who don't believe in it yet, because we know we know what's coming.
I know. But speaking of like other projects, right, and also what Bounty Temple is currently doing, any genre that you think will create some noise in 2024?
Yeah, I think, again, further to what we've just discussed in that previous question, it's really going to be down that hyper casual route, because again, it's fun, simple, easy, low skill floor, 15 minutes a day, anybody can play. It's not a drain on your time or your resources or your mental state, and so that's the most pragmatic way of approaching GameFi right now, until the model is proven and we can enhance the immersiveness of the game beyond those simple actions that games like Bounty Temple will offer, or Coin Master will offer. So that's very important. We have, like I touched on earlier in the chat, we've made sure that we design the game for people who perhaps want to play different roles. So the three key roles would be those who want to play for free, they can become and rent off the marketplace. Those who want to own our BTMs, our playable NFTs, can become a manager. But also those who love to spend in game can, if not already, join a guild, join you guys.
Of course.
And become a part of that community aspect where there's that. I mean, we've all, in some capacity, been part of a team, a small or a large team, a sports team, a work team in our lives. You know the pull and of how that bands people together, and how enthusiastic that can make the whole experience. So like I say, in that sense as well, some great elements for guilds there. I think, again, our model is a problem-solving model, and we believe in it. We know it's going to work, but of course we know that the proof's in the pudding. I can talk all I like, but through action and through results, we're gonna make sure that we give people that trust. There is trust that needs to be regained from people who have been burnt by the industry the last 18 to 24 months. So we take we take that responsibility seriously, and we're working really hard to show everybody the potential of the space as a whole, but powered by play to earn evolution.
Wow, powerful. Thank you so much, Jono. I think I learned so much through this AMA alone. So guys, again, if you have any questions, you're not too late. Please type in the comment section, and we will pass all of your questions to the Bounty Temple team. And of course, you can always ask them directly through what? Through Discord, right? Through Telegram. So make sure that you join their Discord, their Telegram, their X, their Twitter, right? So make sure you don't miss out, because on a daily basis, really, they have like exciting announcement all day long, right? And we are going to wait for the game to be launched, because us as guilds are going to thrive in Bounty Temple. I can feel it. But VGG, let's go. Right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Awesome. Jono, thank you so much for your time today. It's been such a fruitful conversation, and I've learned so much about Bounty Temple, and I'm excited for the projects, and also us as VGG, we are more than happy to support all of your ongoing campaigns at the moment. So guys, please keep a lookout on our quest, because we do have exciting quests happening for Bounty Temple. So make sure that you guys also follow VGG socials so that you guys know the updates on our collaboration with Bounty Temple, which is very exciting. So Jono, once again, thank you so much. I am looking forward to have another part of this AMA once the game is out, so that we can play together. Yeah, we can play together. I'm good at hyper casual games. I'm not good at any other games. Like hyper casual games is where I am. All right. So I'm excited to play together with you. And of course, Guild War. I know that everyone here is so excited about that. So, okay. All right. I think we have come to the end of our AMA. Jono, any last message that you would like to give to VGG fans?
Just want to thank you guys for jumping on board early with us. We really appreciate it. We really value the gaming guilds, and we know that you guys are a very important element to the space as a whole. So that's why we've put so much thought and intentionality into making sure that there's plenty of features within our games and our model that benefit you. So yeah, thank you for jumping on board early. I think we're all going to grow together and enjoy this together. And I guess for you personally, you know, if you're a hyper casual fiend, then I'll be playing against you, because I feel like I can beat you. So,
oh, yeah. Bring them in. Okay. Yeah, I've competed for hyper casual game nights, all right?
Oh,
and I was
okay. I take it back. It's recorded now. I've just dug myself an early grave. Anyway, that's cool.
In top 10 of the leaderboard. Don't you play with me.
I feel like an idiot.
But
now.
anyways, looking forward to that. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jono. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next AMA. Bye-bye. Thank you.